Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Philip. This is another Fusion Bite. And in this bite, we are going to talk about how to build a chat system. I wasn't planning on doing a chat system in this Fusion Bites because almost everything I do now, I'm kind of avoiding chat because I do stuff in VR. And so if you're going to chat, you're going to do it with your voice. But I had a request to do a chat system, so let's do a chat system. And we're going to do it in a way that I've never done it before. But I think it's going to be pretty cool and allow us to do a lot of different things with it to future-proof it. But before we get into that, let's talk about something super important, and that's coffee. I love coffee. This is not a sponsored segment because I'm just talking about my Patreon page. I drink a lot of coffee, half a pot to a pot a day. If you want to help that addiction, keep me fueled to make these videos, please join my Patreon page. The smallest tier is a coffee a day, which is $3.60 a month. I buy really cheap coffee, and $3.60 a month allows me to drink at least 1 cup of cheap coffee brewed at home every single day. Thank you for letting me spout off about that. So let's jump in and making a chat system. And we're actually going to do this chat system on the player. That's where we're going to put the logic. So I'm actually going to bring the player into our main scene so we can kind of see what's going on here. If you have no idea what I'm doing right now, this is bite number 8. This will be our 8th bite on Fusion, so you might need to go back and check the top of the playlist to catch up with what we've been doing. But if you're just here to learn how to do a chat system in Fusion and you got the rest of it down, that's fine. You'll be good if you stick around here. So on the player, I want to create a new empty, and this is just going to be my chat logic. And I mean, you can put it right on the player too, but I'm going to put it separate. And then in here, I'm going to create chat system. Now, I actually was recording this video already, and I had to do the whole intro twice now, because once I did this bit, Unity refused to finish compiling, and then my whole computer froze. So I have less applications open now, so hopefully we're in better shape. So I'm going to take this chat system, and I'm going to drag it on there to the chat logic, and we'll get back to it later. Right here on the player, I'm also going to add a canvas. So I'm going to go UI canvas. And I want to make sure that it's not blocking any objects. It says it's not. It says there's not a blocking mask, but since it's not blocking anything, I think we're good. Oh, and I need to change my screen space. No, I need to change my scale to scale screen size. And now that I have a canvas, let's call it our chat canvas. And let's create right-clicking on that and going down to Input Field Text Mesh Pro. And I'm going to put it Alt-Shift click down in the bottom right corner of the screen, and let's make it like that, and let's make it like that, and then let's change the let's change everything. Let's change the font asset to something. Oh, we don't have the essentials installed, so it's going to stay there, but let's change the point size. And I'm not going to put a submit button. I'm just going to have the enter key handle that bit. All right, so yeah, we have a chat canvas. So let's disable that now, and let's go to our chat logic, and let's open up our chat system script. All right, here we are in the chat system script, and we need a couple things. I need a public game object, and I need our chat canvas. Actually, I'm going to call this my chat entry canvas. And then I need a public input action reference. And look, it knows it's for the input system. And this is going to be our open or start chat. And we need a public input action reference in chat. It's nice. How about send chat? Okay. And then private void awake. We're going to do start chat. This is just the input action reference. We need to reference the actual action. And then we're going to do performed. And plus equal, press tab to insert. And what should we name this thing? How about start chat? Okay. And then we're good. Okay. And then let's do send chat.action.performed. No, not that. Goofball. Plus equal, tab to insert, and let's name this send chat. Great. Oh, we need one more thing. We also need a public TMP input chat entry input. And now we're about to flip this thing on its head. We're not going to make this a mono behavior. Let's make it a network behavior. And we're going to be using Fusion for sure. And we have our chat entry canvas. We have our chat entry input. We have our input action references that we're going to use. I'm just going to put a header here for objects. Oh, let's call them game objects. No, let's call them objects. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And what am I missing? Oh, there we go. And then let's put a header down here for actions. How about action references will be specific. And in this network behavior, let's create another header for networked. And I want a network. And I don't have this memorized, so I'm glad they have it in this bit. We're going to do this onChanged bit. So networked onChanged equals, and then we need some method, name of, and then we're going to call this last public chat changed. Oh, let me make this a capital L. And let me spell changed. And let's see what else we need here. And we need, oh, we need the actual property. So this is going to be a, do I put public on it still? Yeah. Public network string. And so now we have to think about what's going to be the max number of characters that we're going to allow someone to type. So let's actually come back here and open up this chat canvas. Let's look at our input field. And we can limit, I think, how many characters. Yes, character limit. So we could do, what's 64 look like? It should be a lot. Hey guys, I'm here. I want to vote, to start, I'm gonna leave it start the map. Oh, how could we have it while we're typing? How can we have it auto scroll? All right, two things. I tested this while the camera was paused, and I want to go with 256 characters, and it does scroll automatically. So we will be good there. So character limit 256. And so we're going to come over here, public network string underscore 256. And it's going to be our last public chat. Oh, I forgot, network variables like to be capitalized. So last public chat, and then it's going to be get set blank, because network variables have to be set up like that. Our header's not happy because it's probably not used to these type of fields. But what if I just put a dummy placeholder? Private game object placeholder. Now it'll be happy. And then we need, do I really keep that? I don't know. I'm going to keep it for now. Now we need to actually set up our last public changed method, which unfortunately IntelliSense doesn't know how to do that. So we got to look at this thing and see how we're going to do a protected static void. Okay. So let's do protected static void last public chat changed. And then we need, was it changed behavior and then change? I think that's how it goes. Change callback parent. Oh, this needs to be the actual name of this, which is chat system. Yes. Okay, great. We have that. We're going to go ahead and copy and paste this while we're right here. And we're going to do a last private chat changed. And then we can take this guy and we can copy this guy And we can paste this guy, and we can do last private chat changed, and this will be last private chat. So maybe I should stop and tell you what my thought process is. So my thought process is we're definitely gonna have a public chat, but maybe we want to have a private chat at some point. And yes, we could send RPCs to tell everybody, here's my chat. But a couple things with that. One, if we wanted to send like an RPC, we're going to be sending it to a network object, network behavior anyways. And maybe the host of the room would spawn that in. Even if we didn't spawn it in, if it was already in the scene, the host would essentially own it. So the other players wouldn't be able to directly modify it. If we sent RPCs, RPCs are actually a little bit slower, and they're definitely not as reliable as network synced variables. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these network synced variables. So when I change the variable locally, everybody else will take action on it because they will see it change over the network because they are network synced variables. One thing we'll also have to do is like this awake method where we subscribe to the start chat action and the send chat action. We need to make sure that we are not subscribed to it if we do not have state ownership of this. Maybe we should do that now. And just to be safe, I think I'm going to put the whole thing in start instead, just to make sure that everything's ready to go. At least we hope it's ready to go by start. So if has state authority, which I can't ever remember if it works just like that. I think it's supposed to. If it's on a network behavior, we should just be good. We shouldn't have to like reference the network behavior. So I think this is good enough. If not, we'll add more, and then we're just gonna put all that in there. If we don't have state authority, all the rest of this logic will still happen when these network changes happen. All right. So on send chat, for now, we're actually going to ignore the private chat. We're just going to focus on public chat. Oh, here's an interesting idea. Let me think about this. Nope, I'm not even going to touch private chat in this. There's just be a whole lot more to that. Yeah, we're just going to do public chat. So we're not even going to touch this last private chat. We're just going to leave it be. All right, so on send chat, let's go ahead and do that one first. We're going to say that last public chat equals our chat entry input.txt. Great. And on start chat, we are going to activate the chat entry canvas. All right, dot set active true. And when we send the chat, we're actually going to set this as false. All right, I feel like we're almost there. Now, we could be boring, and we could have a place on a canvas to house all the chat, but where's the fun in that? I can go ahead and say verbally how that would work. Just when the last public chat changed, you would just, whatever your text is, so you would have a chat body. So let's say text mesh pro UGUI text, so chat body. So you'd have this chat body, so you would just do chat body.text equals, and then you're going to do change.behavior last public chat .toString. No, it does not equal that. You would plus equal it. So you get your chat body, and then you would change the chat body.text by adding this last public chat to it. That's how you would do it. Super simple. But where's the fun in that? Let's make it a little bit more fun. I'm probably going to regret doing this the fun way, but we're doing it the fun way. So let's go find our player that I brought into the scene. Let's go ahead and hide this chat canvas. Okay, great. All right, so let's, on the player, let's bring in a 3D object, and let's bring in a quad. Now, quads are a bit annoying, kind of like canvases, because they're always looking away. So if we wanted this quad to look at the camera, we would not see anything. And that's really annoying. So, but for now, let's just bring this up here. Okay, and let's see. Oh, this isn't going to do what we want. You know what? We're going to make it work. So let's go ahead and make this quad like that. And let's just do this. And this is going to be our bubble. And then let's go ahead and duplicate it. This is going to be our, I don't know, line. And we're going to scale this down like so. I'm going to hold down Alt so I can scale it even more finessey. All right, and then we're just going to do something like this. And then where's my rotations? Like that. And we're just going to go like this. And then maybe we'll do whatever this thing is. And we'll do something like, I don't know. I mean, that's ugly as sin, right? You know what? Let's simplify it. Let's do this. Let's do bubble and line, and we're just gonna go like that. All right. This is gonna be our chat bubble. My goodness. It's a sign, but it'll be fun. All right. So there's a bubble in our line, and then let's create an empty parent. Why are you down there? Fine. You're now here, and then my bubble and line. You're going to come back down like so. And then we're going to take these guys and we are going to rotate them 180 degrees. And then we're going to take this game object. And do I have a look at camera script already on here? I do. Sweet. So now if I hit play, hopefully that'll be looking at us. I mean, it is. I just hate it. You know what? For the sake of the time in this video, we're just going to do it the easy way. Philip, you sell out. I mean, cop out or lazy. Yeah, all those things. So, chat canvas. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to right click on this chat canvas. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to duplicate this and we're going to call this chat display. And I am going to delete the input field. And I'm going to have a panel. And I'm going to put this panel in the top left corner. And I'm going to make it more of a black. And then we're going to do this. Jeez. All right, so there's my chat panel. And so now we're just going to add UI, actually a scroll view, which I guess we didn't need a panel for that. So we can bring that out of the, oops, I hit F8. So we bring it out of the panel. Let's take our scroll view, make it more of a black. And keep our scroll view in the top left. And let's resize this. All right, that's what it looks like now. And then I'm going to get rid of the horizontal scroll bar because I never use it. And vertical will auto hide. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of it. Let's make it, yeah, more like that. And then sliding area, handle. We'll make the handle super black too. All right. So now in my scroll view, we got to find our content. And we're going to add a content size fitter. And we'll set it for preferred size. And even though we're only going to have one game object inside this content, we still need to add, I think, a vertical layout group, if I remember right, for the content size fitter to act appropriately. So we're going to put a vertical layout group in here. Because I think we have to have it. And I can't remember. I think we want to control the child size and width. So now let's see what happens if we add some Text Mesh Pro in here. And let me just add a bunch of text. So I've added a bunch of text, and if you notice, as I'm adding new text, it's not auto-scrolling. Oh, I can't click on it. We're not in play view. I know there's a way to fix it because I fixed it before. Oh, just found there's another horizontal box here I should be unchecking. Blink. Okay, I think I found the fix. I think it was just as simple as on the content, we click here, and by default, it's like this. We hold Alt-Shift and click down here so that it's anchored at the bottom. So now if we take all of our text, right, and we do text, it's at the bottom, and it just stays there, and the old text scrolls up. All right, cool beans. But you know what? While we're there, let's change this size just a little bit. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like a 24. And let's have just a little bit of character spacing. And then maybe a little bit of word spacing. All right. I think I can live with that. Oh, and let's also add some margins. You know what? Let's just add the margins to the vertical layout group. Yeah. Do 12. 12 looks good. I don't care about the top. Maybe the bottom needs like 6. Cool. All right. More to go. So let's just delete all of the text that we have here in the text. And then we have our chat display. We need to find let's find our chat logic script. And it's blue because it's a network behavior. I forgot we had this code that we aren't using, but now we're going to be using it. Oh, we need our public text mesh pro UGUI chat body, and we don't need to define it here. An object reference is required. Because it's a static. So we have to say change.behavior.chatbody.text. And it's going to change to the last public chat. But that's not enough. It's not enough. Otherwise, we're just going to have a bunch of text, and it's not going to mean anything. We need to know who is sending what. So we need to be able to get the player's name. So the way that we can do that is keep in mind that our chat logic is a child of the root player, and the player stats are on that root player. So what we can do is on start, we can we need to get the player's name. So I guess it can be a private string. Private string this player's name. So this player's name equals transform.root.getComponent player stats. There we go. .name. So at start, this chat system on this player will know what this player's name is. So we are going to on change.behavior.chatbody.text. We're going to add, the first thing we need is a new line. So I think that's something like that. And then we're going to add the player's name. So this player's name. And then we're going to add a colon and a space. And then we're going to actually add the message. But we also need to say, let's simplify this. Because this wants to know object reference. So let's just say game object. What type? Is it an object or a game object? It says an object reference. So let's say object object equals change dot behavior, right? And then could we just say object.chatBody? No. Can we say object.chatBody.text? No. Nope. I thought we could do that. Maybe if I did it as a var, but it's not really going to save that much text. So I'm just going to change.behavior.this player's name. That's not too bad. It still fits here on my screen. All right. That might be it. I feel like I've probably forgot something, but the best way to find out, what we should do is make sure that our chat logic knows everything it needs to know. So our chat entry canvas is this. And this needs to be turned off. And on our chat logic, we also need to know our chat entry input, which is this. We need to know our chat body, which is this. Let's go ahead and just name that chat body. So chat logic, chat body. And now we need to set up our input action references. And we're going to hide these in the inspector just so we don't think that they're important there, or that we need to see them there, or we try to edit them. Inspector, like that, right? Yeah. Hide in inspector, space, I spelled it wrong. There we go. So to set up our, what the heck? I put it on the wrong things. Holding down Alt, cut, paste. Yes. Nice. There we go. So a little shortcut to get to the input settings is, I know we use this push to talk one. And so if I double click on this, it'll open up our input settings. And so now I can have one for chat start. And I'm just going to, this can be keyboard and mouse, listen, see. And then we're going to add a new one for chat send. Send. Come here. This is going to be on the keyboard. Listen, enter. Ooh, let's save that. Auto save it. Close it. All right, so now I can come in here and do the word chat. So we have chat start. And then we have chat send. All right, let's do a build and run and test this. No, let's not do that. Let's click on our player. Let's apply all the overrides. And we'll save the scene just to make sure that the network object is still baked. Now I can remove that from the scene. Let's save. Now let's build and run. All right, let's enter. Let's create a room. Room name, I'm just going to say test. Passcode is test. All right, so we are in the room. If I come over here and I say I'm the editor, we see the room. We're going to join it. Test is the passcode. Okay, so here we go. So now if I type in C and I say, hey, oh, shoot. Come in here and I type, hey, how's it going? And I hit enter, it says player. It says player clone. How's it going? If I come over here and I say, not bad, just being a clone. Wow. Okay. Not quite sure how that happened. So let's go see how that happened. I think I know how the player name thing got wrong. But we also need to set the input field as selected. So in the chat system, this player's name does not equal the name of the game object. Player stats probably has something called player name. Yeah, there it is. Oh, we got to set it to toString because it's network synced. It's a network string. All right, so that's going to be fixed. And now the other thing we need to do is when we start chat, we need to do, can I get by with input? What's it called? Our chat entry input. selected. Select? Does that work? Selects this selectable? Is that possible? Can that just, will that just work? Let's build and run. Well, you know what? Before building and running, I can just do it solo player and see if it works. All right, so I'm Bob, coming in here, creating a room, BB. All right, so here we are. If I hit C, I can type without clicking. Yeah. And there's my name. So let's do a build and run just to make sure it works over the network. All right, we're here. I'm hitting the letter C. This is chatting. Now, it'd be useful to disable your movement whenever you enable chat, but we're not going to cover that. You should be able to figure that out. Boom. This is chatting. Sent to both. Indeed, it is. That did not work. Oh. So clearly we can see there's an issue here. And this is something I was afraid of, is we've activated the canvas on both players. So if we come over here and look at the player, we can see that the chat display is open on that one, and it's open on that one. And that's not what we want. Also, a good idea to help you with debugging is rename these game objects to the player's name. And we can also see we have some sort of object reference issue. Oh, it's an animation event on the stepping. It's only from, I think, the one player, because the other player, yeah, I'm not going to worry about that, though. This is because we stole Unity's third-person controller and it's trying to do something that it can't do over the network, apparently. So we need to make sure that we're not activating the other player's thing. And just for fun, we're also going to rename these game objects in the hierarchy. So if we open up our player, right, we have our player stats script down here at the bottom. If we open this, sure, complete the line endings. Once we have the player's name, update player name, yes. Once we do this, then we're going to say change.behavior.transform.root.gameObject.name is going to equal change.behavior.playerName.toString. And that should now name the game objects in the hierarchy to the player name, so it's easier for us to figure out who's who. So now we got to figure out the best way for us to store our own chat system canvas and not be trying to activate others. I have an idea, but I don't think I've ever actually done anything like this before, but I think it'll work. So on our chat system, so the issue is when the chat is changing, we're doing the last public chat changed, and we're changing the chat body that's owned by this player. Oh, and another thing we need to do is we need to deactivate it on the player. So, oh, that needs to be closed. So let's go to the player and let's deactivate their chat display. And then chat system. If I have state authority of this, then chat canvas, chat body.gameObject, set active true. So if it's ours, we're going to set it active as true. And then what we need is, I've never tried this, but we're going to try it. We're going to hide this in the inspector. And I don't know that I needed that. But we're going to have a public static text mesh pro UGUI. And we're going to call it my, capitalize this as static, my chat body. Okay. And so on start, if we have state authority, then my chat body equals chat body. And so what we're going to do now is we should, because it's static, I don't think we need to reference the game object. So now we can just say my chat body dot text and add that in. And I think we're good. So I think we'll do a build and run now. All right, so that's not going to work. We got to change up one little thing because we tried to activate just this chat body, but we actually need to activate the chat display. So let's do that. So we need to put a reference to that on the chat system. So here in our chat system script, right, we did chat body set active true. No, we need our chat display. So public game object, chat display. Oh, what did I just do? Chat display. And if this is mine, we're going to activate chat. We don't even need the game object part now. Chat display. So now we need to go make sure that we have that referenced. Oh, so I got to find our player and go to chat logic. And then there's the chat display field. Put that. Okay. Let's just play it without building first. All right, so the chat display is there. Type hello. There we go. All right, let's do a build and run. All right, so let's go ahead and enter our name. We'll say John. All right, there's our room. And I think I made the passcode 123. Good. All right. So we're John. We can chat and say hey. All right, John says hey, and we can see it there. And so I can type chat. We can say hey. And then we can see, hey, all right, so we have our chat system. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time, which I'm probably going to be doing how we can sync player health over the network with like a UI bar. So we'll see you then.